Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio. Elegbete TV Radio, we dare to lead. Elegbete TV Radio, redefining broadcasting. Listen.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. No time to waste time, so to say. So many things happened over the weekend. Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, Benin Boy, Special Original, he's back. First round knockout. That's it. Like no hesitation, no wasting of time. Go straight to the point, hit the target. No foreplay, no romance, nothing. No wetting the environment. Just go straight, and that is exactly what he did. And it's on that mode that we're going to do the show today. No beating around the bush. Just go straight. You can listen to us on www.elementetv.com/radio. You can also listen to us by downloading the mobile application, the best radio application you have in the world right now, on your Android store. Yeah, go to your app store on your Android phone, download it, and you will see our red logo. It's very unique. It's different. It's special. It's different from every other radio application out there in the world. And then beyond that, you can stream with me on my personal Instagram handle at Elevator1 on Instagram, and you can also stream with us on our YouTube channel, and that's the very, very best place to be. Okay, first off, YouTube have also advanced. We now have our own YouTube now goes with ads. So if you're on YouTube, you search for at Elevator TV, straight away you will get us right there. Please, when you join us on the live stream, or probably when you watch any of our content, do us a favor of engaging in the comment section, because those are the things that tells the algorithm that we are dealing with real people and not just using some robots to grow up our numbers. And I don't want to be part of people who use robots to grow number. I want to be people who grew generically and grow properly. But engage us in the comment section. Let us know what you think about what we're doing, what you think we should improve upon, what we should correct. We will try. It's not easy, okay, but we will try. And then ask us questions. There, as low as we are, I mean, I still believe that we're some people are still up there, down there looking at us. I want to know how we got here. So if you have questions to ask, dump a question at us. I would give you the best answer that I know how to give. I could say that I'm the best football analyst in the world, but I am not the best YouTuber in the world. I'm an upcoming YouTuber, so I don't know all the answers. I don't have all the answers as well. But one thing I know is that the little answers that I know, the little information that I have, I'm willing to share with everybody. But then on the show today, this is the Sports Buffet. Like you all know, my name is Ida from Matthew. You love to come in there, go to one sports. And I've got with me the man who was on the saddle last week, Friday, and he did an excellent, exquisitely amazing job. So good, I felt like I should just leave the show for him and go out there and be traveling around the world. But then I've not got my private jet. I'm hoping to buy a private jet soon. Yes. I mean, when I say people like, oh, and somebody said, and if you never see food shop, you talk a private jet. But yeah, that's the kind of guy that I have always been. Okay, I focus on the bigger picture and leave all this small problem. No food, there's gonna be food. That's not something to kill yourself over. There's no money right now. There's gonna be money, but then I want to have a private jet. It gives me more reason to sleep well and to wake up and work very, very hard. Play hard, work hard, do all of that. That's very, very important. Okay, but then on the continent, the Nigerian teams, I'm not surprised. A lot of people are surprised. I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised at the scoreline of Rivers United. How dare you lose 6 goals to nothing? What's the problem with you? 6 goals to nothing. You only lose 6 goals to nothing if you are going to win the championship like anybody did against Ismail. But if you're going to lose 6 goals to nothing to get knocked out, come on, what's that? That's an embarrassment. That's a shame. People should be banned from coming to play again in the tournament if they're going to lose like that. Kwara United were robbed, but hey, you expected. That's why on the continent you must win by a lot of margin, a large margin. Plateau United, we're not in the races as well. But Rivers United were a disaster. I went into that game thinking of the $40,000 that Wiki was going to give to them with his hype man and all these band, but then they did focus on the game. And you see, the thing about football is 1 minute of loss of focus. Manchester City can testify of putting the wrong person in the wrong place could be met with disaster. Cancelo is good at creating chances, good at being morphing from defender to midfielder, splitting the opposition defense. But it's not the one you want to put one-on-one with Mo Salah at the very, very back. Yes, it will be marking him on the side, but in that kind of situation, you expose yourself. And Mo Salah obliged them by scoring that goal. Arsenal played very dirty, very ugly. But hey, who cares about ugly? Man City will take 3 points with an ugly play yesterday. They played well. The game was end-to-end, was explosive, but that didn't happen because Manchester City lost 3 points, and that puts them on the same point with Tottenham Hotspur. And somehow, Arsenal have 4 points over Manchester City. What a weekend we've had. Manchester United couldn't do anything against Newcastle. It was even Stevens at Old Trafford. Goal was disallowed. Manchester United are complaining that 2 penalties were not given to them. Whatever they complain about, football is football. Every time a team loses a game, there is going to be a complaint. Pep Guardiola is complaining. Manchester United are complaining. The funny thing is that Tottenham Hotspur fans are complaining. This is the best start they've ever had in their history. Okay, they've lost only 1 game this season. They're on the same point with the whole Manchester City. They are above Liverpool, above Chelsea, above everybody who you thought they should be below. But yet the fans are complaining. And guess what they're complaining about? They're saying that the team is not playing beautiful football. All the years that Mauricio Pochettino gave them beautiful football, what did it result? It resulted in nothing. Absolute nothing. Now you have a team, a coach that you employed, played like this and won the league title with Chelsea, but somehow somebody says they're not playing well. You've got people who will say some things the way they want to say it. And whatever they say, it's their cup of tea as far as I'm concerned, because I think that if I'm the management of Spurs, I'll be telling the coach, keep it going, keep it coming. This is how we want to play from now on. We've entertained and we didn't win anything. This does look like this team is going to win. First off, you have to build a mentality of a team that does not want to lose. And that's exactly what he's doing with his team. But then there's a whole lot going on other side. The El Clasico went down yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And how did it go for you? It was 3-1. Real Madrid showed what stuff they are made of. Xavi and his Barcelona team are beginning to look like they are not ready for this season. They still need one more season. Am I going to sack Xavi? I don't think I would sack him, but I just think that they're not ready yet. There's something not right in that team. And somebody sent me a message, said, hello, Edafe. Is it time to tag Arteta and Arsenal as title contenders? And I was straight up with him. Emphatic no. Arsenal and Arteta are not title contenders yet. One injury in a wrong place. One injury to Gabriel Jesus, or one injury to Thomas Partey, one injury to Aaron Ramsdale, one injury to William Saliba, and this thing goes back to what they used to be. And I don't want to put Arsenal in the title race here, because you've seen Liverpool suffer injury and how they went from the perennial chasing team, the perennial pursuer of Manchester City, to where they are today. And you've also seen some injuries happen to City, and you see how they are. Okay, so you're not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and agree with anybody that Arsenal is title. But as an Arsenal fan, I'm narcissistic about it. That listen, Arsenal are on top of the league. We're bringing down, everybody. We're looking down at everybody. Until anything changes, Arsenal fans should enjoy being on top of the league. If that happens, that this season is going to be 2016 again, well, so be it. We'll enjoy winning the league, and we will rub it on everybody that we want to rub it on. That's just the truth. What would it look like, well, if Arteta goes on to win the league title? It would be very, very beautiful. But I'm not alone in the studio. Let me bring on Benedict. I'm on a very, very high pace today, because probably I want to buy a private jet, so I'm running on jet speed. I hope that Benedict can catch up with me. Benedict, how are you doing? How was the weekend? How did you go from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and this morning? How are you? Good morning.
I'm doing very well. My mic has a problem.
No, your mic doesn't have a problem.
Okay, I'm hearing it.
You say you don't hear yourself, but your mic doesn't have a problem.
So my weekend was well. Started on Friday, went on well. Saturday, I had some sort of milestone. But the most important my weekend was my mom. She thought Rivers United were going to win that game, because when you go away, the frustration happens to it. And eventually couldn't play that game, and they had to result into
your mom thought Rivers United were going to win.
Yes, because they resulted
in why that?
Yes, they resulted into praise and worship after the frustration. They couldn't play, and she was like, God is going to do it. But I was like, doesn't
tell your mom to forget about following football, yeah? She should focus on prayer as a prayer warrior that she is. That she's good at that.
She's that, but eventually I couldn't even tell her they lost 6.
God does not do anything in football. God is not involved in football. It's not his business. No, God is not involving. Not everything God. People say this thing that God is omnipresent. It's not present in some places. It's not interested. It's not a thing.
But
God probably was watching boxing, was watching Deontay Wilder beat somebody.
overall, the weekend was good. I was disappointed with the Nigerian teams on the continent. Didn't really impress. Premier League was nothing different from what I expected. I didn't even feel some vibes I had in some other weeks. La
Are you
Liga
a
impressed.
sadist?
I'm not a sadist, but the Liverpool Manchester City game, it didn't, there was nothing surprising for me. It was not surprising. La Liga was surprising one, 3-1 was the margin for me.
Why was it surprising? I mean, were you expecting Barcelona to win that game?
Real Madrid were gonna win, but we just ran the show from beginning to end. That was surprising for me.
But Barcelona have not been finding their feet. They've been slowly disintegrating. The whole fire that came with Lewandowski, starting the season with them, scoring scoring a hat trick against Plezenia in the Champions League, and then missing that chance, plenty of chances against Bayern in Munich, and then a whole lot of things that happened. But truth be told, Barcelona have been like regressing a little bit, going back, like not finding their rhythm. There is no rhythm to their play. They have players, quality players. There's Rafinha there's Dembele, there is Pedri, there's Gavi, there's other players going forward. There is Frankie de Jong that the coach has still not found a position for. Maybe they are punishing him for refusing to go to Manchester United, and they're looking, 75 or 80 million that they would have collected and all the added clause to it. But somehow, I just think that there is no rhythm to their play. And no matter how good your lyrics is, if your music doesn't have rhythm to it, there's no harmony, and there's nothing. I think that's what's happening with Barcelona. But that Real Madrid beat them 3-1, I'm not really surprised. Not like Real Madrid are super pumped, but like super in their best form. We also see them struggle in Champions League. But one of the things that I noticed is when it comes to El Clasico is a derby game. And the derby game, come on. It's not about form. You just show up and it's the team who's ready, who wants it the most, who's willing to put everything on the line. And it was Real Madrid yesterday. Sorry. To you guys out there, let's also not forget that the amazing Timothy Dayimbo, the amazing Timothy Dayimbo put us up for the news and the whole stories that we need, headlines and the news. So let's stay with that very fast. I hope I can keep the pace. Victor Osimhen scored winning goal for Napoli. Let's not forget about that as well. CAF Champions League and CAF Confederation Cup, dreadful Rivers suffers Calmitous defeat. To Wydad Experience edge Plateau United amidst controversy. Kwara United dropped out by Berkane. Oh God. It wasn't a sweet one for the Nigerian teams, actually. It was really, really a sad one. Jumping to the next headline, FIFA Under 17 Women's World Cup. Flamingos take control today as they seek quarterfinal spots. I hope they win. At least they won their second game, so they need a win to win a bust one for them. Marrakech and Rabat to host the CAF Women's Champions League. Let's hope that Bayelsa United, or Bayelsa Queen, will do us proud. Mbappe denies reports saying he wants a January move. Yeah, because of the backlash. I know how this thing is, so he go out there and use the news to test the waters. His family, his agent, tell the media they tried to test the waters. And when they saw the backlash, when they say that, it's not us. Where is it coming from? Shut up. We know how this works. It is wonderful to be Napoli's coach, according to Spalletti. So we know all of the stories. But let's not forget that today, what's it called? Neymar will appear in court for fraud. I don't know why they are dragging Neymar for fraud when they should be dragging Barcelona for fraud, because I don't understand. Who brought about the underreporting? Barcelona are the one that's signing this player. He's not a Spaniard. He's from Brazil. If they told him that, this is what we want you to say, that's what he says. Why are they making it about Neymar when they should be making it about Barcelona and the ball? But hey, this is Spain. Spain is one of the world's most corrupt country as well. So I'm not surprised that it's happening like that. It's just that the Western media will not report them because they like to protect their own, the G14 and the way they do. They put Nigeria on top of that list. But let's go to the news and see what's going on, okay? It wasn't a sweet one for the Nigerian team on the continent at the weekend as progress from none of the side were made. God, that's very, very sad, Okay, the second leg fixtures of the TotalEnergies Cup Champions League and CAF Confederation Cup were held, and Rivers United, Plateau United, Kwara United, all the United teams were all disunited. The Nigerian side, they all failed to qualify. Sorry for that one. Nigerian side's upper weekend secured wins for themselves at home here in Nigeria. The Champions League In the Champions League, Rivers United came from a goal down to win against Champions Wydad Casablanca 2-1 in Port Harcourt. Plateau United also in Abuja came from a goal down to win Esperance of Tunis 2-1, and Kwara United in the Confederation Cup also came from a goal down to win 3-1. But that was all she wrote, because in the return leg, the two switched when they had their second leg tie on Saturday and on Sunday. Plateau United on Saturday evening took on Esperance of Tunis and held on to a 0-0 scoreline, but in the 79th minute, the referee handed Esperance a penalty in what was obviously not a penalty, as the VAR was outside of the box. Well, it's one of those things that happen, but there's nothing you can do. At least Plateau United have an excuse to say this is why we got knocked out. But then, what will Kwara United have to say after winning 3-1 in the first leg? Kwara United were a shadow of the display they showed in the league in Lagos for the first leg fixture. It was a dreadful performance from Mohamed Aziz's side, as they failed to register a single shot on target. Kwara United poor defending saw them lose 2-0 as they failed to handle the set piece taken by Berkane. Sorry about that one. Berkane 2-0 win was also enough to send Kwara United packing with a away goal rule, as the aggregate score was 3-3. On Sunday, it was a different one. There's no aggregate score of 3-3 or away goal rule required, as the defending champions should worst of their medal. On Sunday, it was the battle between the champions, as Rivers United, the MPFA champions, took on the champions of the Champions League, Wydad Casablanca. Wydad put six unreplied goals past the 10-man Rivers United, as the trash Rivers United 6-0. It was a shambolic display from the Nigerian champions, as they were out of the pitch last night. You God, why? Okay, you could qualify their performance last night with so many synonyms and still not get out of choice of word. The 6-0 win put the aggregate at a whopping crazy, Jesus Christ, 8 goes to 2.
7-2.
Oh, 7 goes to 2, sorry. 7 goes to 2 in this. Why? How did you go from this to this in a week? I don't understand. It's not the same team that you played against. Well, football is football. Sometimes these things happen, but Nigerian teams need to learn how to play away from home. It's not as if they were playing league matches that you say, okay, the league match interfered with their play. They had a good time. They traveled well. Everything was fine. I don't know what happened. Okay, for the Nigerian teams, Plateau United and Rivers United have dropped to the CAF Confederation Cup after failing to qualify for the group stage of the CAF Champions League. They would participate in the final qualifying round of the Confederation Cup to seek group stage qualification. The draw for the qualifying round will be held on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. Some heavyweights like Royal AM, Marino Gallants, Club African, CS Sofian, USM Algiers, and RS Berkane, AS Farabat, as well as Pyramid, are still in the competition, and the possibility of having Plateau or Rivers face another North African side isn't off the reach. Okay, for Kwara United, it's the end of the road for them in the CAF competition this season. They should come back again and try and chase it through the league. Let's go to the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. The Nigerian women's Under-17 team, the Flamingos, will face Chile today, Monday at 12 p.m. in the last group game of the competition. Let's hope that they win that one. The Flamingos, in their opening group game, lost 2-1 to Germany, having taken the lead in their second group game against New Zealand. On Friday, they won 4-0 and could have even scored more. For Chile, they defeated New Zealand 3-1 in their opening group game, but were trashed 6-0 by Germany in their second group game on Friday. So Nigeria needs to win. Nigeria will seek to earn the quarterfinals ticket this afternoon, and draw is enough for them to go through. I don't like that thought of drawing. They should win, because when you play for draw, that's when you lose. Okay, so let's go to the host of the next CAF Women's Champions League, Marrakech and Rabat. Those two cities in Morocco, in case you're wondering where that is, have been confirmed as the two venues that will host the second edition of the CAF Women's Champions League from 30th October to 13th of November 2022. Let's not forget that the first edition, the money, the payment, the allowances for those teams have still not been paid. So CAF promised a whole lot. There's going to be money. They played. They've still not been paid. Let's just hope that this time around they will find a way to sort it out. It's not just an NFF thing. It's also on the continent of Africa. Let's just hope that this money will be paid. Okay, the matches we played at Prince Hasna Moli Al Hassan Stadium, Rabat, and Grandstand in Marrakesh. The final of the tournament will take place in the Mythica Prince Moli Abdullah Stadium, the same venue that hosted the final of the TotalEnergies Women's African Cup of Nations Morocco 2022 on the 23rd of July in Rabat. Let's just hope that everything goes well and Bayelsa Queens comes back with the trophy. It's going to be a tournament that's going to be difficult, but I mean, in football, anything is possible for as long as you're in the game. You are out when you don't win, but for as long as you keep winning, you're still in the game. 8 clubs will take part in Africa's biggest women club football competition. The Group A include host AS FAR of Morocco, Simba Queens of Tanzania, Green Buffaloes of Zambia, and Determined Girls of Liberia, while Group B will comprise of Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa, Bayelsa Queens of Nigeria, YD Douglas of Egypt, and TP Mazembe of DR Congo. Don't forget that the CAF president is the owner of Mamelodi Sundowns. Okay, I'm just saying that. I'm not saying that there's going to be any hanky-panky. But let's go back to France and see what's happening at Parc des Princes. PSG forward Kylian Mbappe, and PSG won their game yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, 1-0. Yeah, Kylian Mbappe says he never asked to leave Paris Saint-Germain in January. Report last week had said the French star wanted a move away in January. After the 1-0 win against Marseille on Sunday night, he said he's happy at PSG and he was shocked to have had such a report flying at. Come on, shut up. Shut up. Who are you fooling? Okay, quoting from the BBC.com, he said, I am very happy. I have never asked to leave in January. I don't understand why the story came out on the day of a game. I was shocked as everyone. People can think I was involved, but I wasn't at all. You were. Shut up. You were. Okay, it is wonderful to be Napoli's coach. That's what Spalletti said. And let's find out why. He said that was his reason, was his motivation for saying that. Well, you will say that just the same way Arteta would say the same of being an Arsenal coach. But let's go to Spalletti's backyard and listen to what he's saying. This is not gossip. This is off the mouth of the man himself. Okay, Luciano, what says you? Napoli's win against Bologna on Sunday saw the Luciano Spalletti side extend their winning streak to 10 games in all competitions. Spalletti, after yesterday's win, said it is wonderful to be the coach of the lads. Okay, speaking to Dazin after the win yesterday, Spalletti said, quoting from footballitalia.net, what became fundamental was managing to change the inertia of the game. Okay, we always approach it the same way, trying to get the ball into the penalty area to chase it down in numbers, and these are very important matches to take home, as there is the risk the team can relax and try to play in a normal fashion, and then they get beaten, so they don't have to. It was good to see that after mistakes, the players will try, to hunt the ball back down immediately. I think that does look like the Pep style that we used to know, not this one that is a little bit slow. That made me think it is wonderful to be the coach of the side. Once again, the players who came off the bench proved decisive in the end, so that we can be more important than starting the match. I am very, very happy that everyone is involved. That's Luciano Spalletti. Well, we've got past Luciano Spalletti. Let me come to you. What do you make of Victor Osimhen? Like this Napoli team, Victor Osimhen, I'm sure you've seen some of their games this season. What do you make of this Napoli team? Is this the year? Is this the year that it happens for them?
It might be. It might be. Osimhen himself is been not here, not there since that injury. The coach hasn't directly given him a no guarantee, if I put it that way. But he's trying to hustle his way back into the team, coming off the bench, scoring, also scored in midweek. Napoli is going to be a good year for them, but going for it all, I can't really say that much. But like I said on the last time you asked me this question, finishing above one of their rival, their closest rival, in the team AC Milan and Inter Milan, like I said, for instance, out of the conversation, it's going to be one of the biggest achievements for them, and most likely go past the round of 16 stage in the Champions League.
But do you think that for now, the coach is doing bad by, putting Osimhen on the bench and then probably bringing him on as the game progresses? You think there's anything wrong with that? Because for me, I think that Raspadori is doing well. Raspadori is a very good signing, and I also think that we can't really blame the coach that much. Raspadori is doing well. Kwara Utd is doing well. Politano is doing well. And even a player that everybody would be thinking, oh, he's going to start, Simeone. He's not also starting. So easing him back, gradually, and then seeing him come in off the bench to score. For me, it's fantastic. I don't know about you, but what do you think?
First of all, a manager's highest two motives is one want to be beneficial to the team, and second of all, want to be beneficial for his job. For the team, with Osimhen is not totally there, but if he's gonna come through once in a while, Spalletti can as well go for it. For his job, he doesn't seem to be in any sort of worry right now. So anything he can afford to do, as long as the results are coming in, it's gonna be good for him. Keeping him on the bench is, like I said, competition is one of the best things that have ever happened in football.
Yeah, if
you have as many as 4 strikers and none of them is sure their position, that everyone is going to work themselves up for the team.
All right, let's jump back. And this is also, guys, you guys can chime in on your thoughts on these conversations that we're having in the studio. Let's come back to the Premier League. Last night's game, Liverpool hosting Man City. I mean, Anfield is not a good place for any team to travel to. It's not a good place. That's why when Liverpool comes to your ground, find a way to win them. But going to Anfield is always very, very difficult. But I thought that the way Man City set up, it does look like it was a winnable game for them. I mean, Akanji, Diaz, Nathan Ake, or Ake, whatever the name is, at the back 3, and then you have Cancelo and Foden. Now, that was one thing that worried me a bit. Foden playing 5 at the back, or probably, we said 3 at the back, but it does look like 5-2-3 kind of formation. I was worried about that. One of the things that people don't easily notice is that Kevin De Bruyne does disappear in crunch game. When the opposition rise up, like we're not ready to die, Kevin De Bruyne does know how to disappear. So I felt like this was the kind of game where you need probably a Mahrez. The reason for that is Mahrez will win you more far because the game was at a fast pace. The challenges were going to come in thick and fast. I thought that you needed a Mahrez to start this game, but that didn't happen anyway. I'm not trying to blame Pep Guardiola, but I'm just saying, what could Pep have done differently that he didn't do in this game?
Very, very tricky question. Everybody I could channel after the game was like Haaland, the Van Dijk situation. But talking about your question, what could he have done? I think you should have, at some point when the game initially first started, Man City already lost it from the beginning, mostly because of the chants that were coming from the fans.
First 35 minutes, they were not drunk.
They were not there. And the whole Haaland, and one of the best things that the club did was Thiago Alcantara coming in, not playing that attacking role that we mostly know him for, trying to be a bit more defensive, and counter-attacking role Mohamed Salah was just there. They should have just been more solid at the back. Just because scoring, they look like a no-no. Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk play like they were threatening them, like if they don't do well, something bad might gonna happen to them. And Manchester City just came freelancing. When Diaz chasing after Mohamed Salah after the goal came in, that's just bad play for me. Totally bad play.
So let's look at the team that won at Liverpool. I mean, we've talked about Liverpool. The excuse, if Emmanuel Sebastian is here, obviously Emmanuel Sebastian is going to get one at you tomorrow. You got one over him yesterday, so prepare to trend now tomorrow because Emmanuel Sebastian will rub it in. But before it doesn't matter whether you support the team. What you did to him last week is going to pay back. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not down to the team you support. I'm just saying, Emmanuel, prepare for it. Okay. Do you think that the way club set up, this is the new way Liverpool should look at Milner instead of Trent Alexander-Arnold and Elliott? Okay, they used to complain that Elliott was a small boy, he doesn't know what he's doing, but it came true. Okay, it came true. It was all over the places. Fabinho, Thiago Alcantara was pivot standing alongside Fabinho in front of the defense. And then all of a sudden, it does look like Firmino is now in number 10, and that exchange, that switch of position between Firmino, Elliott, and Mo Salah look very, very beautiful. Is this the way Liverpool should play going forward? Or only in crunch games like this, when they get, other games they should play? Don't forget, they beat Rangers 2-0 and 7-1. Then they beat the defending champion. One of the most informed team in the league. First team now to stop Man City from scoring and also making the beast, the Norwegian Tor. I still think he's a great player. This game does not mean he's not good. And I also thought that the goal that Phil Foden scored should have stood. But do you think this is the way Jurgen Klopp should set up Liverpool. So stop trying to be loyal to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Stop trying to resurrect his career. Set up your team like this. You might not win scoring plenty goals, but it does look like it's going to be very difficult for any team to score against them. You think this is where you should play?
You know, like I said earlier about this Spalletti situation, what is going to favor the team? And when it comes to come down to the team, you need to favor most of the players. Out of the 11 starting players on the field, at least you should be able to fulfill 5 of the players to where they are able to play to where they can be comfortable. Mohamed Salah is comfortable either side of the pitch, but like my problem is Darwin Nunes. But if Darwin Nunes is not going to come out to the party and Roberto Firmino is going to come in with the goals, then come on, they should go for it because this style of play that they are breaking now is going to get them something. Not so good results. The one against Arsenal, I really felt that it's going to tamper them for a longer time to come than expected. But they bounced back all the way. If they continue playing this way, they played a bit different from the way they played against Arsenal the other time. They played their normal 4-3-3 formation. And if this is going to be the switch that's going to get them the good, they should stick with it.
All right, let's jump to Germany. Beat Bayern hurriedly storming back. Over the weekend, it was the Bayern Youth Cup in Munich, and it was beautiful. 6 Nigerian players actually were selected into the world squad: best goalkeeper, best player, highest goal scorer. A lot of Nigerian players did well for the 11 players that left Nigeria and flew to Germany. But that aside, let's come to the Bundesliga. The German champions are saying we're not going to let it go. Yeah, they've drawn 2, lost 1 and won 2 in the last 5. And Union Berlin, that Tawa when he left for Club 22, all of a sudden found a form that nobody expected of them. I'm not saying that Union Berlin are going to go all the way to win the league title, but 10 games gone so far, 23 points that they have. They've scored 18 and conceded 6. I mean, they just seem to be everything going well for them. They've lost only 1 game this season, drawn 2, won 7. What a run they've had. But let's talk about Bayern a little bit and leave Dortmund, who is still struggling in 8th position, and the rest of the team. Once upon a time, Bayern were in 6th position, and it looked like this is a season where they're not going to win it. But they knocked their position for 5, and it seems like they find the rhythm. Everything is going well again. Is Bayern coming back to the top of the league table?
Well, Nagelsmann is a lot of pressure. I for one view feel like first of all going to be the highest paid manager, then you're going to coach a team from realizing to Bayern Munich is such a bigger transition. The German team doesn't give availability for 2 bigger teams, but like League form, Champions League form has been very, very different this season. 4-4 in the Champions League, and the league they just show something else different. Union Berlin staying with their manager for this long has been one of the things that's guaranteed them to be where they are. Bayern Munich trying to put in all faith in Nagelsmann, but if they're going to be coming back, they need to start coming back because if, like in the Premier League, if Arsenal, if it was match day 29, there's a probability that Arsenal might go for it all. And if this is going to continue as far as it can go, Union Berlin might just sneak it away. They have a lot of quality players: Gnabry, Buting, Sadio Mane, Loresani. They have quality players in midfield. The Goretzka is one kind of player you don't see everywhere. Bayern just know how to create players for their league and get their job done in the Champions League.
Right, let's go to Italy and look at some numbers that are very, very funny. Napoli sits on top of the league, 10 games played, 26 points, 25 goals scored, 9 conceded. Atalanta, even though not one of their best seasons, but by league table, it's also a great season for them. AC Milan are stuck in 3rd position. They've won 7, just like Atalanta. Napoli have won 8. That's the advantage that they have over AC Milan and Atalanta. But then they've drawn 2. There are 2 teams this season that have not lost a single game in the league, and that is Atalanta and Napoli. Hence, they are in 1st and 2nd position. But I'm not going to bother about them because we'll talk a whole lot about Napoli and the rest of them. Let's look at 3 teams that I want to focus on. AS Roma in 6th position. They've got Paulo Dybala and the whole way they introduced him like it was the new pope. And then you have Inter Milan who got back Lukaku or Lukaka, whatever you choose to call them. But I mean, it's gonna be injured just like Pogba for Juventus. Now, talking about Juventus is also on this conversation. Juventus have played 10 games, drawn 4, won 4, lost 2. Inter Milan have played 10. Won 6, but lost 4. They've not drawn a single game this season. AS Roma, I mean, they've got a game in hand to play, I think, today. But they played 9, won 6, drawn 1, lost 2. Of these 3 teams, Roma, Inter, and Juventus, who's more likely to make the top 4? Because I'm settling in my mind that, okay, this is the season for Napoli. Let's hypothetically say Napoli will win the league this season, and that would be very, very good. But of these three teams, who are the most likely to make it into the top four? Roma, Inter, and Juventus.
First of all, Napoli, like you said, they are already guaranteeing themselves in the place in the top four. AC Milan will agree. Roma, Inter, and Juventus is where the thing is going to come down. So Roma eventually going to fall out. So Jose Mourinho hasn't have that foil to keep it on to the finish line. A lot of people I know are giving him some sort of backing that they are going to go all because they won the the Conference League, and that's some kind of rejuvenation. Being the first manager, being the first team, but league form is totally different. Udinese is going to eventually drop out. So it's going to be lucky, or they're going to keep it on for a long time. But Inter and Juventus of late, they've just been this last day sneaking top 4 team. For the past 2 seasons since they lost, they've been sneaking the top 4 team. There's going to be a revision of that this year. Inter Milan are going to get in, but Juventus are going to want to sneak in late. Or they might even go to the Europa League, depending on what AC Milan, depending on finishing.
So your league table says Napoli or AC Milan first and second, and then it's going to be Inter and Juventus, right?
Yes. Atalanta is going to finish now 5th or Juventus.
Okay, no problem. Let's jump to Spain and see what's speculating there. The beautiful thing is Real Madrid still shows most of their made of. They've not lost a game this season. Somehow they managed, to draw only one game, 1-8 out of 9, and drawn 1. They've not lost a single game. Barcelona, people say that, their form is not good, but they've only lost 1 game, which is the El Clasico. At the beginning of the season, if you say as at match day 9, after match day 9, you would give Barcelona 7 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. Everybody would take it. But I noticed a lot of Barcelona fans are complaining. And considering the injuries that they've got, I'm not making excuses for them. Do you think that Barcelona is having a bad season? And again, add up to that is Atletico Madrid. People say, oh, Atletico Madrid, they're having a bad season. The season is not going well for them and all that. But when I look at the way the table is, it doesn't look like they're really having a bad season. Who could they have done better than? They are in top position on the league table. They played 9-1-6, drawn 1, lost 2 games. This is they scored 15 goals, considered 7. The only teams that have scored more than them is Barcelona and Real Madrid. Real Madrid have scored 22, considered 8. Barcelona have scored 21, considered 4. Now, why I'm bringing all of this stuff is, people that Barcelona are not good, are not doing well. They've considered only 4 goals this season. Of those 4 goals, they've considered 3 against Real Madrid. So before the Clasico, they've considered only 1 goal. And then why is it that people just think that things are going really, really bad for Barcelona when they are just 3 points behind Real Madrid? This is 9 games in the season. They've got a lot of games before the next Clasico. They could fix themselves. For me, like I was telling a friend yesterday, I think it was good that the Clasico came very early and then they moved past it. They play other games and find a way to win. What says you for Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid this season?
First of all, for Barcelona, I have no fear of the team itself. The financial ruin that they have should be what is giving them the support for everything they are doing. Because they only 1 goal before that game. I would have to say the teams have been playing, the South Africa, the Espanyol, have not been the team that posed a lot of threat to the defense, because this defense is just like Man City. If you pressure them, you're gonna find some loopholes. You're gonna find some loopholes. Let's go Madrid. If they're gonna dump the Champions League on the Copa del Rey to focus on the league, it's gonna be a really risky gamble, because the first and second position is looking out of reach for them, in hypothetically speaking. But if they're gonna dump those 2 competitions and focus on the league, they're gonna go all for it. Real Madrid, same Real Madrid of all time. Just sometimes, some years, if you're not doing win La Liga, you're gonna find a way in the Champions League. If you're not doing win Champions League, Spanish Cup, you just gotta do it. Every competition, every year, something has got to have to pull through for Real Madrid. Barcelona over time have dropped that fire that we all knew them to have, but Real Madrid might just win the league this season again. But from match day 9, it looks like a very, very risky thing to say. Like I said before that game against Real Madrid, Barcelona, Real Madrid had no confidence coming to that game, because first of all, the timing of which they scored the goal against Shakhtar Donetsk very late on, the drama looked like a loss.
That's Real Madrid for you.
You
can't write them off.
Yes.
They want to massacre you, they massacre you. They want to come back, they come back. If they want to wait till the death, they wait till the death. Madrid are football's greatest team, of forever, whether you agree or not. But let's go to the people that are joining us on the show from Instagram. Let's start with them first. Chooks Adigwe say Plateau United exit pay Misha, bad officiating, cost them progression. Yes, I agree with you. They should now learn their lesson and learn to score plenty of goals at home in the next competition that they're going to play, which is the Confederation Cup. Yes, Kaz_347 say, good morning, Mr. Idafe. Good morning to you. Leeds United nearly gave us a shocker. Yes, nearly cannot kill a bird. In the words of Anthony Becker, my former strike partner at Brilla FM, it can only ruffle the feather. So our feathers were ruffled yesterday, but somehow we managed to win. If City were ruffled like that and they win, they will be 1 point behind Arsenal right now. The reason why, sometimes you've got to play dirty. What makes a team is when they are not playing well, they should also manage to win. Against Bodo Glimt away in the Europa, we didn't play well, but we managed to win. Again, it was Bukayo Saka on that day on AstroTurf. Yet again, at Leeds United, Elland Road is always not an easy place to go. I know that. I would say last season you beat them 4-1. Yeah, but it's not always an easy team to play against Leeds United. As Chelsea, they will tell you Chelsea will do anything to play against Leeds United and win 1-0, but they were run out of the park, run ragged, 3-0. So I think I'll take bad play and a win, 1-goal win, whatever high come. Thank you very much, Rodrigo, for that needless crossfit pass that led to the goal. And Aaron Ramsey, plenty of thanks to him as well for making that save. But whatever happened, if Arsenal had even drawn that game from the result that came from the Liverpool-Man City game, Arsenal will still be on top. If everybody keep losing points when they needed to win like this, and Arsenal keep going, praise the Lord. God is a good God. All things is good when the children of God are enjoying. That's just the way life is, okay? Machiavellian principle take one kingdom to fall for another to rise. So who cares? Nobody. Well, let's go. Akpas Baba, we don't have time, so that's why I'm rushing this whole thing, because there's a lot of comments on YouTube, and you know how it is. I love that place, and I always save the best for the last. Okay. Akpas Baba, 82, sensing that you were born in 1982. What on earth is Xavi doing with an old Busquets on the pitch when he knows he was playing against Real Madrid and not Real Zaragoza? Okay, we should have gone with Pedri, the young, and Gavi in midfield. You're not in their training ground anyway. You wouldn't never really tell about it. But having said that, I think that Xavi has been unnecessarily loyal to Sergio Busquets. Two players that should retire in that squad is Sergio Busquets and Gerard Piqué. There is nothing wrong with giving other players a chance. Xavi knows he was given a chance, that's why he played. There were players ahead of him when he was given a chance. Give other players a chance, let them play. This type of loyalty doesn't count. If you play against the lower team, okay, you can play them when you know that you will dominate the play, but you're playing against Real Madrid for crying out loud. Come on, play your best players and give them a chance to even experience the Classico. What if they lose? But I'll better play them because they are the team going forward rather than being loyal to players that have played this Classico time and over again. They are Methuselah when it comes to the Classico. But hey, they've lost. Maybe he would have learned 1 or 2 lessons in his coaching. You know, sometimes when coaches are ruthless, people say, "Ooh, Pep Guardiola is too ruthless. He doesn't know how to manage big players." The same thing Arteta did. The most important thing, like Benedict said, is what is good for your team, what is good for the result, for your job. But hey, loyalty, go and ask Joachim Low, can cost you a job even if you're a veteran or even if you're a legend. That's just the way it is. Akpasbaba went on to say, this experiment of Xavi will see him lose his job and just the provoke. And Rafinha is a waste of money. Amigo Brother, yes, it's not really a waste of money. They just not find the right reading for him to play. But I think now that we're seeing, if I watch him play, and I say to myself, thank God we didn't sign him. Because he's not Martinelli, he's not Saka, he's not on those 2 levels. He's just a player that had a very good season and everybody thought it was good. Thank God that's not his signing, because he also it's beginning to show that he has an attitude that's not good, okay? When he loses the ball, he doesn't track back. He kind of like feel like he has arrived, like, do you know me? I am Rafinha from the great land of the football zoos, Brazil. You can't talk to me like that. Hey, shut up, you kid. You've not won anything. Okay, Mostly 101 says, good morning, my other. Good morning to you, and not the other. Okay, that's a title for overdose. Okay, Liverpool made my day yesterday. Where is Patrick? If Eze Patrick is not on YouTube, then today is not a good day. Okay, yesterday they must have said, sent a request to be in your live video. No, we're not going to put you on live video. I greet you about Liverpool made. Keep saying the same thing. Okay, let me go to YouTube. I'm not going to put you on my live video because I'm not sure of what you're going to say. Okay, I'm not sure. This is a public space. Okay, I'm not sure. Fans, there's a place where that one is allowed. Now this one is not. No. If I want to call you, if I want to put you on my live space, I must first of all have spoken to you. I know what you're going to say. I'm not going to feed my audience with something that we'll put them off. That's a risk that I'm not willing to take right now. We're going well. Numbers are progressing. I don't want to put people off. I'm not going to take that gamble. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's go to YouTube and see what everybody's saying here. Oduni Uremileko say good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Interesting weekend of football game. One day Barcelona will get back to that level we used to know them of. Arsenal, we're lucky to get that 3 point. Well, luck is part of the game, but one thing I know is I've never seen anybody stay idle and get lucky. Luck is something that comes because you put in effort. If you don't put in effort, there is no way luck is going to come to you. So Arsenal put in the effort and then luck smile on them. Thanks again. Thanks plenty to Rodrigo. What a pass. Wow. That pass should be framed. Okay. Time. Freeze time. Frame it and put it on the wall. What a pass. Or probably get a TV screen, put it on the wall, and put that pass on a continuous loop. Let that pass be playing all through the season. You know, when you're working in the dressing room, the tunnel of Arsenal like this, you see Rodri assisting Bukayo Saka and other guy to make that happen. Okay, well, let's move on. I know that some people wanted Arsenal to lose anyway, so they're not happy with what I'm saying. Well, okay, what's it concern me with now? See if I work on the eye, not to stop native doctor from whining the neck, he will still whine. Oh, will I be happy? Say good morning, bros. Good morning to you. I'm glad to be back again. Yes, Mimi Eberry. Who's Mimi Eberry? This is your first time. I've seen you for the very first time here. Unlucky Aston Villa. Yes. But man, that young guy doesn't want to go to the bench again. Kepa Shegun Arize Abalaga. Jesus Christ. You don't save balls like that. What the heck is wrong with Kepa? Shegun Arize. You're picking. Jesus. Arize, that boy was good. But yeah, unlucky Aston Villa. But if they play like this continuously in other games, they might do well. But Chelsea 3 points, and thanks to Kepa. Kepa was good. Kepa was top class goalkeeping. Was that? I mean, that's what you want your goalkeepers to do for you anyway. And this another might say good morning, like family. Good morning to you. Will I be happy? Say I watched replay of Plateau United first leg match and notice a guy that has a long throw. Want to know his name? I don't know his name. I think what's it called? Timothy Daimbo. Where are you when I need you? Come on, tell us his name right now. Precious Semenike 001. He said good morning, bros. Good morning to you. That's on Instagram. He said good one for Chelsea and good goalkeeping from Kepa Toluchukwu Arize Abalaga from Anambra State, but was born in Spain. Just leave it like that. Mimi Eberry back again. He said Arsenal done the turn big dogs, so small. Okay, his name is Daniel Itodo. The guy who's asking for the long throw. Will I be Daniel Itodo? Oh, that's his name. Thank you very much. Timothy is so reliable. Jesus Christ. You deserve something. Okay? You deserve something. I know. Just bear with me. It's gonna come. It's gonna come like rain. It's gonna pour like rain. Okay? He said they're becoming big dogs, small. The Ayanj done the shake. Man City don't finally drop point as they are finally human. Okay, they were animals before. Hopefully, Liverpool use this as momentum. Okay, I don't know. So Arsenal were animals before. Okay, they just got baptism and they changed to human being. What a miracle! Praise the Lord. Let the name of the Most High be praised. Oh, it touched Arsenal. They changed from fish to human being. What a miracle! Yes, I did a lot. He said, I told you Liverpool will spoil your bad belly for your Arsenal rivals. No, Liverpool didn't do nothing. You think that Man City is not Arsenal rivals? I say Arsenal rivals. As a matter of fact, Liverpool did Arsenal well. See, Liverpool helped me to plot the graph well. Now, Arsenal can even afford to lose one more game and they still be on top of the table. What are you saying? Guy, read the script. You don't get the memo. You didn't read between the lines. I said, all I want is for all Arsenal rivals to be losing. Now, that was because I was giving Man City that, we respect you. Oh, that's Zeus, the greatest God. But then, we are beginning to look like Ares. You know, we're looking like Ares. I know some of you guys don't understand this Greek mythology. We're looking like Ares for saying that. You Zeus. We don't want love. We don't want peace. We want war. So war is happening, and Atlantis is going under the sea. Okay, Olympus is falling. Even Angel is falling. Have you guys seen part 3 of that movie? The Angel is falling. Have you seen the part 3?
No.
Where Gerard Butler was set up? I think you guys should go and watch that. That's like the best one, the most emotional one of the 3 franchise of Olympus, London are falling. Olympus is falling, London are falling, and then Angel is falling. Well, let's go further down and see. It was additional for myself. It was an expected weekend away for Nigerian club. Rivers just decide to open our Abuna in public. Okay, yeah, she's right for that. Oduni Remileko, he said, not this Mugu Salah, not in this Mugu Salah play last week. Make Pep come the borrow Tomiyasu. Okay. And DJ Laufoma, he said, Club Liverpool is the bonga fish in Man City's throat. Okay. No problem. They should be bongaing each other like that. They can just do this for us and let 2016 repeat itself again. And that's not already title. I will fly to Emirates. I will go and that's crazy dance. I will wear my full Urobo regalia and go and dance at the Emirates. I don't care what anybody say. My private jet too. I need a private jet fast. Joseph James, he said, well done, sir. Okay, well done, sir. Where is Faz? Is Faz not singing again? It's Faz. What's happening? Has APC happened to Faz? Okay. Aditya Lavoma, he said English press, don't the jealous Conte, they are not happy. They want to use same campaign they always use for coaches they don't like. Okay, let's see how it goes. Timothy Daimbo, he said Benedict, Mama Funny, oh yes, he's a prayer warrior. He said Rivers win for Wydad Care. I just felt Rivers could have kept it respectable. Maybe a 2-1 loss, probably go into extra time. It was such a shambolic loss. Okay, when Timothy is in the mood to speak big English, you know that the man is angry. There's a volcano on the inside. What he expected, what he ordered versus what he got is the reason why you see him typing like this. Okay, Timothy Demo, sorry, take heart. And then all the teams now Timothy will not be going to stadium to watch match again. That's another anger. Kwara United really disappointed me. I just talk. I know Timothy will come back again. Disappointed me. The performance was so bad. The defending was so poor. They could have commanded the game better. Sorry, my brother. That is life. Life happens. Oh, will I be happy? He said, I still believe Nigerian team can learn from these mistakes and move on. They will repeat this mistake again. Let's say, no worries. Experience is a lesson to those who want to learn. If to Olodo, not a lesson. And I just design. Plateau have a player that is good in long throw. What's your do? I don't understand. Chooks Anigo, you say good morning, Alegota, good morning to you. What's your take on the penalty given to Esperance in the second leg? I don't need to have a take there. That far happened as out of 18. It's one of those things that happen when you go to North Africa. My take for them is, why did they not realize that this is going to happen? I mean, this is not new. It's not new. We know that in North Africa, they play with both the referee, the fans, and everything. They play with both violence, intimidation. It's not in our system. So first of all, I've seen people say, why Nigerians are not doing like that. Let me tell you why. Why we cannot do like that. Nigeria is not a footballing nation. They're two different things. Nigeria is not a footballing nation. Take it or leave it. People will not be happy with this thing that I've just said, but Nigeria is not a footballing nation. Nigeria, of all the big countries of the world, Nigeria is the laziest when it comes to football. We are not a footballing nation. We just have hypothesis, thinking. We have this thing about us that we create a visual reality that makes us think, oh, we love football. No, we don't. We're not a footballing nation. The reason why North African countries would always do that, one, apart from the fact that their economy is stable and they have more disposable income than us, when people invest in club, they become passionate about the club. And sometimes they go overboard, which is normal. This is the normal thing with football, basketball, everywhere in the world where fans have, that's why people can rent a plane. You know how much it costs to rent a plane? To fly over a stadium and say, oh, the Wenger art, or this one art, Wenger art, or that one art. It's because they're passionate about it and it drives people crazy. Okay? But over here, people are not passionate. People get free pass to go to stadium to go watch match. People get gifted jerseys. People take things for free. So those kind of people are not the people you want to compare with the ones who invest. I was in Egypt for 6 months, and in that 6 months, I went to every stadium from Ismail to Gaza to Alexandria to Cairo. Everywhere there is a football game, I was there for 6 months. Okay, and in that 6 months, I realized that there is a football culture, and then there is just passive football followers who, one, because they're jobless, two, because they really I've not find any other thing to take their attention. They now pretend that they are football fans. No, we don't have football fans in Nigeria. We don't. We have people who like the enjoyment, the entertainment that the Premier League gives to them, and they don't have anything to do. They have few viewing centers here, they have few lounges here, they have DSTV in their house, or they have one link where they can watch it for free at home. And people will get angry with this thing I'm saying, we put people up. But hey, shut up. You guys, we don't have football fans in Nigeria. So maybe we used to have it in the 80s and 90s and then early 2000s. But after that, there are no football fans in Nigeria. You want to see countries where you have football fans. They watch training. People pay to go watch training. People packed field to watch grassroots football. You know that this is a country with football culture. They know the players from when they are small, when they are young, growing up. They don't need anybody to tell them who they play. They already know their players. If I take a roll call, I don't go to Google, tell me the names of the players at the under-17 team. Nobody knows, right? And if under-17 World Cup team, nobody knows them. Okay, if I bring that picture and show to ardent women football followers, they can't tag their name to the pictures. That's to tell you we don't have a football culture. We don't have it. I'm sorry. So getting angry, that's just a waste of time. Choose. Say, okay, I think I've said that. Edijala, no, I've not read that choose. So. Good morning, Lebete. What's your take on the penalty giving? Okay, I think I've passed out. Edijala Ufoma says, I was worried for Liverpool when the second half making the game so open. However, Man City didn't take advantage then. Liverpool then settled again and started taking advantage of the space. Yeah, I agree with you. But I think that Mahrez should have started that game. Mahrez would have been a different kind of proposition in that game. But hey, when it wants to happen, it happens. Benedict was the one that put a parable that the day the monkey wants to die, all of the tree will become slippery. So it's one of those things that happen. Additional for myself, also it was clear Liverpool players raised their game and were not complacent. The front man pressed hard. It shows that they have really dropped their game before now. Okay, here's the Patrick. You say good morning, everyone. I seem to be a late comer these days. Yeah, your clock, reset your clock. I say good morning to the Ijebu Ode pundit that was trolling. I and Ima Sebastian last week. Ijebu Ode pundit, that's what you are now, right? Here's the Patrick. He said, too bad all our Niger teams are out of the competition. Shows how far our teams are falling. I just can't pass that one. They say you're Ijebu Ode pundit.
I don't understand. I've never been to Ijebu Ode before.
But they just give you now your Ijebu Ode pundit. So that's what we call it now. Benedict Eki, the Ijebu Ode pundits. Okay, that's a new one anyway. But I think it will stick the way it is right now, unless you find a way out of it. But it will stick. From the look of things, so it will stick. What do you think?
I don't know what it means. Please should explain to me.
Ijebu Ode pundit. Finish. That's what it means. They don't explain it. It's a new tag.
Something needs explanation.
No, this one does not need explanation. Don't be coming and be forming like you don't know what they're saying.
I don't understand, bro.
Okay, now. Ijebu Ode pundit. That's what you are now. Okay. Emmanuel Sebastian, ammunition handed over to you. So I'm going to see how you introduce you tomorrow anyway. Kenny _Yayo_1. He said Coach Basquet is the coach. Basquet is the problem of Barcelona. Let them sack two of them. So Coach and Basquet, I think that's what he wanted to say. Musti 101, he said, please, what do you think about the goal disallowed for Ronaldo? The second one is an offside in that goal. But that goal is worth disallowed. Nobody should complain about it. President 7K001, he said, boss, do you see Osimhen positioning on the Napoli winning goal? Yes, I saw it. And I think it's listening, he's improving, which is good. Also, maybe benching him is also making him a lot more hungry. That's very, very good. Despite Gabriel Magalhaes having a good game, the kick out in retaliation to Brentford was stupid. And if it had cost Arsenal, Arteta would have ripped him apart. But Xhaka spoke harshly to him, which is also good to have a Xhaka who is a lover of red card going to address the situation. It tells you a lot has been happening in the back end of the Arsenal dressing room, which is also very, very fantastic anyway. So let's come back to YouTube again. Okay, Digital my question. The Liverpool team keeps this shape and tempo. Remember, other teams will sit back and will have less space for counter. they managed the high line well as they did that only few times. Okay, Chooks Adigwe, say good morning, Elegote and sports fans. Eze Patrick, I greet you. Long time. Eze Patrick, it's a good weekend for me personally. Liverpool won. Ibrahim Ola won. You got another assist in Turkey, and Christian Chukudi signed a deal for Kaiser Chiefs for MFM. I'm buzzing. Better days ahead. Okay, you have one fantastic weekend. I wouldn't lie, but let's hope that it continues. Chicks, I think we say Arsenal, we will do it like Leicester did it. Ego shock people. Well, I'm not there yet. I'm not with you on this one. I'm being very, very cautious and careful. Not playing to the gallery. Eze Patrick replied, Chicks, I think we say, good to hear from you, brother. I have not found a way to reach you personally. The show, don't miss you. Okay. Eze Patrick, he said, will I be happy? His name is Itodo Dani. Okay, we'll pass that places. Additional for my say, Barcelona should stay calm. It's not going to work immediately. Javi still needs to transition away from Busquets and Piqué. He needs to get a good midfield balance. The players of the bench did well. Okay, I agree with you on that one as well. Anyway, about the players coming off the bench. Additional for my say, they brought leaders into Barcelona. However, Javi is yet to give them that on the pitch. He needs to quickly blood in new leaders on the pitch. There is a prospect. He should do it now and not waste time. Olatunji Emmanuel said, Man United wingers, especially Anthony, seems to avoid beating defenders and pass back. As someone who plays the game, shouldn't a winger try to also beat defenders? Well, I think one of the things that is changing in football is dribbling. They're trying to ban dribbling. The only way you can dribble is to run. That's why people like Mahrez will not play regularly. That's why, the way the game is going. I'm not blaming him that much. It's a World Cup year. There is a systemic attack on Brazilian players. All of a sudden, leading to the World Cup, the Spanish court decided to open the Neymar case. Somewhere they don't want Vinicius Junior to dance. The whole talk. People are making it look like the Jesus is a rejected player, is a waste. It's not even responsible for the rise of Arsenal. You could see that the systemic, attack on Brazilian players. So for Anthony, I think he's playing safe. And I'm not making excuses for him, but I just think he's playing safe. He's trying, let me be safe. Let's get past this World Cup. I'm thinking from January, we'll see a different type of player in this conversation. But hey, time will tell whether I'm right or I'm wrong. But I just think that these guys are playing safe for the World Cup because, it was really, really beating players when he was at Ajax, either for pace or with his skills, his controls. It was really playing and romancing with the ball. But all of a sudden, that changed here. But then let's not also forget that he's coming into a new environment. He's not coming to a team that is succeeding because somebody also said Anthony and Cristiano Ronaldo. I said, no, you can't make that comparison. Cristiano Ronaldo came into a very successful, powerful, dominant Manchester United team, right? And then Anthony is coming to a Manchester United team that have a history of yesterday, but are struggling and suffering. So everybody wants to come in and make impact, don't want to make mistake. And so in that regard, they're trying their best to just do the needful, just the barest minimum. And that's what's happening. When you now play for a team that is winning, you cannot afford to do some things and get away with it. But right now, I think they're being careful. We should also understand that part of it. Yeah, me, Dynamite, my sister said the weekend was a nice one. Oh, my Arsenal won, whether by hook or little. Okay, Liverpool did the Lord's work. But I still feel Arteta and Edu need key reinforcement in January because we not get bench. I don't think that Arsenal will sign a player in January. If they sign, I'll be very, very pleasantly surprised. But I don't think they will sign. If I'm looking at them, their pattern of transfer, I think they will wait for the next summer because in January signing would come with a whole lot of baggages. I know that yes, we have problem with our depth, and one injury always cut us apart. But I just think that. For me, one of the players that I think Arsenal should let go, it does not look like a player that will develop and become a dominant force in midfield. Simi Lokonga. They should let him go permanently, not on loan, and then probably go get another player that is there. Because seeing him there, I'm feeling like, this guy will replace Thomas Partey. Always make me laugh. Arsenal should let him go and just move on from him. That's what I think anyway. I might be wrong. Additional for my says Patrick, don't they here? He done the yana. Yes, the hand and mouth have been saved. Okay, yeah, me Dynamite said happy New week, Big Uncle E. Thank you very much. Kepa showed us why he is the most expensive goalkeeper in Europe yesterday. Atisha Lavomana came out and said the goalkeeping competition in Chelsea is back. Kepa knows this is his chance and he's taking it very well, especially eyeing the national team jersey as well in Spain. It's something he can take. But I always know that he was going to come take over from Edouard Mendy. I knew that this I didn't have a doubt about that one. When it comes to a battle between an African goalkeeper, European goalkeeper, the African goalkeeper is there on temporary basis. That's what I've always said anyway. Victor Malalu, woo, you show up here today. You're not on Instagram. What happened? Thank you very much for being here. He said Arsenal fans are enjoying some don't already fat. Okay. Now you know, additional former, he said you don't change mouth. Okay, who know they respect Man City? I've always said I respect them. I expect them to win the league title anyway. So this Man City no easy to keep Haaland from scoring and keep clean sheet. Anyone that takes points away go celebrate. For sure, they should celebrate. That's my point. But the most important thing is Arsenal is still on top. So I don't know where you said change man. I don't change man too. Because if you look at Arsenal's rivals, it's just that you're not seeing, you're not reading between the lines. Arsenal's rivals have just been delayed. Okay, Man United drop point. Remember that. Man City drop point. Remember that. Tottenham must probably have won. I still want them to drop like 6 points on the journey. Arsenal is going. Who's Arsenal playing next? I don't know. Because Arsenal is going to go to Anfield. Arsenal will lose that game. And there's no conversation. Arsenal might lose over 2 legs against Man City. Those are some things that we must put in mind. Or probably Arsenal will lose 2 points over 2 legs against them. We'll gain 1 point. Lose 1, draw 1. Those are things that are possible. Arsenal will beat Man United in their return leg at the Emirates, if I'm not mistaken, or probably get a draw out of that. So those are the ones. They've already gotten 3 points of Liverpool off Spurs, which is fine. What happened at White Hart Lane? I don't know. Arsenal might just go there and get a draw, or probably pull a win, which is also very, very hard. Those two teams, they like to win in their home ground. Manchester United, it's 50-50. Liverpool and Anfield, it's a no-go area. That's a 3-point loss. Man City, both legs, Etihad and Emirates is like home ground for them because we are a low-budget version of Man City. So our game set up very well to favor them. Okay, so look at it that way. You could say that for now, Arsenal is still where they need to be. So it's fine. Whatever that result is, it's not a change of mind. It's enjoying the moment. A teacher love for my side, I go tell, oh, you know very well, they will never learn. The same thing will happen in the group stage for Rivers again. Just wait and see. We are not a footballing nation. Yeah, we're obviously not a footballing nation. I told you guys. Okay. A teacher love for my say, I beg, Benedict. No, take that name. Ijebode Pondit. Ijebode Pondit. He will take the name. He must take the name. What did he tell Emmanuel last week? From now on, we'll call him Ijebode Pondit. Yes, it's the new Ijebode Pondit. What I like now. Victor Mola say we used to have that footballing culture in the 80s. You don't have far 80s to now. Children when they're born for 80s, all of them don't marry born. All of them don't produce grandchildren for their parents. Any 80s speaking, we never marry born. From 1980 to 1989, speaking, we never marry born. There's a problem. Right now, they're fasting and praying for them. So think about it like that. Esther Patrick, he said it will stick. Oh, boss, I go finish that guy. He get mind. They fire shot at me. I dare. He must have asked him DM on. Now we are coming for him tomorrow. You die well. Okay? They will faint you. The good thing is tomorrow they will not be live streaming. So they will listen to you anyway. But I know that you would get it. One advantage for you is that you become popular. You are getting famous now. So prepare yourself, fire back. So let me teach you one thing here. This is open war. Don't hold back. Always allow the moment. See, when somebody's talking, listen. There's going to be one moment. Go and ask about those. I will say about those. I will give you length of the rope. You will use it to tie yourself. There's just going to be that one moment where I will pull back. Always learn that one. It's very, very good in this job. So you master the banter side and you master the analysis side. You get it?
Yes.
That's only the favor I can do for you right now. But let me finish the messages that we have here. Lead AJ Ward. He said, you are right about Nigeria not being a football nation. We used to be, because I remember back then in 2004 when Data Broadcasting Service does used to show forum about Nigerian League, we loved watching. Okay, and that was the reason I started loving football back then. Most of my age group know nothing about the Premier League. What we watched was Aimba 3SC, shooting stars, blah 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 blah. Okay, Eze Patrick, you say learn well, cause we go finish you. Eze Patrick, you know rich. You not go say yeah, Liverpool some teams will beat Liverpool 6-0. So let's not sit here and be forming like you want to bully this guy. This guy that marshaled this show on Friday. Are you high? You don't fit. See, I did your back. Chebode pundit or Ubokoda pundit or Isoko pundit. I don't care. I did your back. I did with you. I stand with you here. But I mean, what are you planning for Emmanuel tomorrow?
I'm just gonna find some Liverpool fans. I'm just gonna find something.
You'll find something, right? Okay, it's time to strike back. Well, as we go, let's take this last messages that came in from Instagram, so we don't miss it. It's been a while. Oh, come on, what's happening? Dangerous to say Anthony is looking like another Pepe. No, Anthony is better than nobody. Pepe, come on, stop. I beg. As Anthony still there, so if they give him to us, I will celebrate. I will celebrate. Say we sign Anthony. I beg you, don't bring Anthony and Pepe in the same sentence. Oh, come and be deceiving us here now and be funny. Pepe is the worst footballer ever in the history of the game of football. Nobody, Pepe, not sabi reach anybody. I say anybody. Pepe not sabi reach anybody. Reach Pepe. Leave Pepe out of it. Muslim 01, he said, sorry, bros. I mean the one played when the ball was with the keeper. Okay. Yeah. No, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay, there was a free kick for Newcastle, and they hadn't decided who was going to play the ball. And then the whole thing led up to when Cristiano Ronaldo scored an open net goal, and he was debating until the referee said, no, it was not a goal.
Was it a goal? So that's not go there. Okay. The more I say, we are back, Liverpool. You never walk alone. I've not seen people write this. You never walk alone for a while this season. Dangerous say Anthony is looking like another Pepe. No, I disagree with you. Anthony is better than Pepe. Pepe is shit. Terrible shit. Smart 18 is saying good morning, boss. Good morning to you. And fire me for what have you been? He said, I think Lokonga should be loaned out. You can never be sure of what some players can turn out to be, even if not Arsenal. It could develop elsewhere and you are able to make Simbi will not develop into a midfielder that Arsenal needs. First off, he doesn't have a fight in him. He doesn't have it. I'd rather bank on Guendouzi. He doesn't have a fight in him. The position he plays requires some fight. I'm not talking of throwing punches, but having that ability. He runs away from challenges. You don't have need. It's another Midland Knights. He runs away from challenges. You cannot play in defensive midfield and run away from challenges. Fine boy Rodri does not run away from challenges. You've got to be bold. You've got to be tough. You've got to be a guy who dig your heels on the ground. I don't know. Maybe he would end up playing as a fullback or so, but I don't think. Farami Fatih say, share a low budget of Man City. Yeah, that's nice low budget Man City. As Man City want to be. We used to be under Arsene Wenger. Used to be Barcelona want to be. Now we're Man City want to be. Precious Dominic say, what is Nigerian league starting? It was supposed to start next month, but this one way our minister don't set a dim on ground. And God will help us. Where's Johnny Gaffar, by the way, and Hybrid 10? Okay, as a party say, I go listen live, Sha. You are supposed to listen live. A lot of what you say, Pepe, me, now wow. Okay. A lot of what you say, Elegant, welcome back, Jerry. Thank you very much. And Julo Gabriel, he said, I've been a Niger football follower since the early 2000s. I celebrated achievement back then, even with the high-profile move of Taitao from Gabros to Lobby Stars and straight to myself. Here's a Patrick, he said, bros, I write when you lose to, he said, bros, I write when we lose to Arsenal. Okay. I know Sam that time. That time, maybe you write out with water and the tide just move away. You write out on top of water, you don't write out clear. Here's a Patrick, said, look, Gabriel, the culture he means is going to stadium and traveling to watch matches and paying for tickets. God bless you. People picking where they use their canopy. Now they give big meat for house. Well, we've overshot by 13 minutes and 25 seconds. We've come to the end of the show. Benedict, any last words?
The same Hunter we bring good come back in a TVP. And is that Liverpool for you, boss?
It does look like it. Here's a Patrick. One shot fired. Hunter will bring goods come house. That's if it be. You know they catch good for Bush. Good no they Bush. So Liverpool, They say you are Jankoliko thief. That's what you are. What a show, Benedict. Make we hear word. Okay, no problem. Well, guys, thank you very much. I think I was on a very, very high pace today. Like I'm saying, I want to buy a private jet. I want to buy a private jet. It's going to be painted blue with red stripe on it and the logo E on it. I don't care what anybody says, but I'm just saying this now. So that when I get them, when I not go judge me, so I don't do 419. No, I'm not doing 419. I'm going to do this job in YouTube and I'm going to buy a private jet. And there's a reason for it too. When I buy this private jet, I'm going to see the reason. But for now, help me get more people to subscribe to this channel. And please, whenever we're doing our show, let's have a conversation exciting like this. God bless you all. Have yourself a wonderful day. My name, once again, is Daffy Matthew. You'll have to come in the elevator on the spot, and it's been a wonderful time having Benedict Eki with me here. Thank you very much for having a great show on Friday. I was just I was at the airport, running around, or listening straight up, and it was beautiful. Well done. And sorry that people didn't comment on Instagram for you, but it's one of those things,
You commented, but they sent me in the wrong manner. They commented to a post and I asked for a DM, but so.
Life is life. Sometimes that it just happens. It happens to everybody. Victor Malali say, so Sanogo get who better pass. Yes, now. Actually, Gabriel said I was part of Bagada FC when I was in Nigeria and knew the prospect that was brewing. TV coverage is necessary. Was in the stadium for the MFM versus Rangers. That's CNN goal of the week. Exposure is needed. Yes, we're working on that. It's going to happen. But those of you that have run out of Nigeria, have gone to diaspora, also find a way to always join in on conversations like this because it is important. Like I always say, 50% of the people that have gone abroad, or 60 or 75%, if Nigeria is just half as good as the country that they are in, they would get their education and come back to Nigeria. So we all have a role to play. Ken Udofia, even though we'll sign out, you brought in your comment very late. You say, bros, for me, that Ronaldo goal should have stood because Trippier touched the ball to the goalkeeper after the ball was dead. No, he gave the goalkeeper the ball to play. And the referee have decided, sorry, it's not a goal. You are not a referee. The rules of the game does not apply that. Sorry. Bye-bye. As we go, take care of yourself and have for yourself a good start of the week and a wonderful day. Bye. Julo Gabriel say, yeah, we'll be part of this. Thank you very much for being part of it. Where is our music? Where is our liner?
Listening to Elegbete TV Radio. This is radio like you never heard before.